He got to stay away from 54 though.
Yeah.
My brother holding it down. My brother running it at 54. That's for sure.
I think he should go. I think him and Spence should go up there for your brother can get a real good payday.
You want my brother to fight Spence so bad. That's
like,
wait.
What's going on, you guys? So, Jermell Charlo was on Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson.
That is big money.
Hit that like button for your boy. We on the road to 11,000 subscribers. Give me that HBO specialist to help a brother out special. All that good YouTube stuff, right? Jermell Charlo has been receiving some criticism for his most recent opponent to being announced, Maya Selecki. And he was on Mike Tyson podcast, and the particular fight got brought up by Mike Tyson that nobody really talks about. A fight between Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence Jr. Yeah, a fight that nobody talks about. Now, these guys get trained, both trained by Derrick James, so it's highly unlikely that this fight would happen. One may say Errol Spence Jr. is the more refined version of the Derrick James style, and Jermell Charlo still trying to catch up to Errol Spence Jr. I mean, you heard rumors over the years that Errol Spence Jr. was handling him in sparring. We don't know how true this is, but this is what we've been hearing over the years. You know, a lot of the big buzz around Errol Spence Jr. comes around from sparring stories that happen in the gym. And Jermell Charlo is one of those guys that's part of these stories, not to mention Floyd Mayweather. But a fight between the two guys is very interesting. It's a fight that nobody talks about. It's a fight that, let's say Errol Spence Jr. moves up to 154. We know he's been at welterweight for quite some time. So let's say he moves up to 154 and Jermell's still up there. What they gonna do is just circle around each other, right? What they gonna do? Mike Tyson said it'll be a big money fight. Jermell Charlo was totally off the whole idea of it altogether. He was not interested in the fight. He was dismissive of the fight. And it's hilarious. Mike Tyson was looking at it as a financial thing, like it could be the biggest, baddest in Texas and all that. But, you know, Mike Tyson comes from a different era of boxing to where these guys can still be friends, be cool, be respectful, but we go fight each other. Why? Because that's how we eat, and this is a brotherhood. But today in boxing, it is not like that. If you're a guy that's not, it's just not like that today. If you're a guy that's too good for your own good and you're talking trash out here in boxing, you likely to get blacklisted, right? If you two guys that's come from the same stable, you know, and one guy doing better than the other and the other guy made any opportunity, you may still not get that fight. Why? Because y'all buddies. I mean, it's just a different era today. It's not the same back in the day where a guy like Roy Jones helped out a guy like Mike McCallum. You know, only fought him just because he needed a payday. That was his guy. He helped him out. So he fought him. Why? Because that's how they eat. It's a brotherhood. Right, but it's not like that today. So, yeah, Jermell Charlo was totally off the idea of Errol Spence Jr. and his brother fighting. Now, Mike Tyson was all with it, and we know Mike Tyson's all about the shits anyway. But the matchup itself is very interesting. We like to talk about Terrence Crawford fighting everybody in the world, right? But what about Errol Spence Jr.? Isn't Errol Spence Jr. supposed to be one of the best boxers in the sport of boxing, best fighters in the world? How can we never match up Errol Spence Jr. with guys like Jermell Charlo and guys in other weight classes and all these other guys from outer space and from different universes? We do it with Terrence Crawford every day. But when it comes to Errol Spence Jr., nah, we don't want to put him in there with that guy. Nah, that fight never happened. Nah, we'll see. But the actual fight itself, people, tell me what you guys think. How would a fight between Errol Spence Jr. and Jermell Charlo play out? Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.